Comunidades are age-old institutions which have been having agrarian content. And unfortunately, we have wolves in sheep clothing who are seeking to grab lands of the Comunidades. There are first kind of people who are in-house thieves, and the others are external thieves. The in-house thieves are those who are members of the managing committee, who, having power as members, are grabbing the lands, even filing cases, going before the courts, transferring the properties in their own names or in the names of their family members. Honorable Speaker, I feel that this is a very dishonest means of trying to grab the lands. When they grab this land, the Comunidad and the components are deprived of the lands and the revenue. And therefore, I urge the government that we need to bring in an amendment to debar such people, not only during the pendency of the litigation, but also after they have been found guilty of such fraudulent acts, from holding office in any post in the Comunidades. As far as external thieves are concerned, these are committee members who connive with these people, not appearing in courts or meekly surrendering when claims are made. These also, I believe, the government should immediately take action to review all these cases which are disposed of, whether the Comunidad had put up a proper defense and whether it's justified to accept the decision or not. There are other kinds of frauds which are coming, where people suddenly are getting up now. I'm saying now is the last 2-3 years, claiming that their grandfather had a grant of the Comunidad, and that land was sold to somebody else in 1950 or 51. Please listen to these years. These years are crucial because most fraudulent sale deeds, which cannot be found in the archives, are between 50 and 51. So there are some old papers which may be available with someone. They are trying to recreate these deeds. When you ask the archives, they say such deed is not registered, can't be found. And they have not only, suddenly they have got up, land survey was done in 1971, but they get up now and say, I had this right and please include me in the survey. How can this happen? And the Mamladar, who does the mutation process, just accepts these documents, no inquiry is conducted, even proper services to Comunidades are not being made, and the lands are in lakhs of square meters, lands are being frittered away to these people. Often, I repeat, with the connivance of the members of the managing committee, that is the attorney who is responsible. I don't say all are dishonest. There are people who fight, there are people who stand up, and people who want to protect the Comunidades. But they have no say, they're kept in the dark, and suddenly they get up one day and they realize the land is gone. Even, I have exposed a big case recently, but I won't go into the details of it. But these are all methods which are a syndicate with certain politicians involved who are grabbing the lands directly or indirectly, and that is why we need to take more care about these lands of the Comunidades. There has also been an ongoing controversy, which I have seen in the court, High Court myself, about grant of NOC for certain festivals. And I think that the Comunidades should be taken in confidence and the government should have a supervisory power over this. Otherwise, it becomes like a willing dealing, and someone or the other tries to get away an NOC at a virtually throwaway price, at the cost and loss for the Comunidade, while somebody else makes a complete run for his money. The third aspect on the Comunidades is Article 652 of the Code. I know, Honorable Speaker, that Article 652 is a convention which is to be held as per the Code every 5 years. And the convention is to make recommendations to the government. The convention is convened itself by the government, and we have even the government official present for the convention. I remember attending the first convention which was held after liberation in 1997, then representing the Margaon Comunidade. Nothing was done after that. Then 2009, 2018, and 2024, we have had conventions. I don't say that the government should accept the recommendations. Only I request, consider them. You may reject them also. Or perhaps if you find A, B, C are good and F is good, accept and implement. If you find all are not good, you may pass your reasons, but don't have the meeting so it becomes an empty formality. Honorable Speaker, there's also one more thing I want to point out, that there is, I don't know sometimes why people like to sit in one place forever. I am presenting here, one for the Honorable Speaker and one for the Honorable Minister. There is an order of transfer of escrivães of Comunidades, which was issued on 17/7/2023. It is an order which was issued by the Director of Civil Administration and Collector of South Goa. In this, under serial number 14, there is one gentleman called Shivdas Gaude. He is the escrivão of the Comunidade of Sanqual, Kelosi and Cortale. He has been transferred to Sarzora, Dramapur, Sirli and Deusua. But he continues to be there more than 1 year. On what basis and how he has not been transferred, I ask the Honorable Minister to kindly look into this and find out why he is there despite the transfer order. The next aspect I want to talk is about these mutation cases. When a mutation case is being done by the revenue officials, when it involves Comunidade lands, I urge the government to issue strict directions that notice should go to the concerned administrator of Comunidades and also to the Comunidade. If there is no appearance by either of them, I would urge the government to issue the direction that a fresh notice should be given to them and to ensure presence. Because default in appearance allows the case to go by ex parte. And often these cases of frauds have taken place when there is A, no proper notice to the Comunidade. When I mean no proper notice, the Mamladar says issue notice, but there's no proper service of notice on that Comunidade. So one AD card comes back, nobody knows, somebody has scribbled, but no seal, no stamp of the Comunidade. So therefore, it is necessary that the administrator's notice should be brought, attention should be brought, and the Comunidade's attention should be again revisited to make sure that somebody turns up. Second, when there are these documents which relate to old documents, I think some training should be given to the Mamladars to even learn a little basic of Portuguese language, because most documents are being given with Portuguese language with English translations. And let me say, Honorable Speaker, since I know Portuguese language, I never believe in the translations which are often turned in such a manner to give an impression that that's an authentic translation, which sometimes is not correct. And therefore, if they can see by themselves, I'm not saying do research in Portuguese, but if they know some fundamentals of Portuguese and they learn how to look at a document, I think they can uncover and unravel most of the frauds which take under their signature, and this will protect them from being dragged into litigations. Honorable Speaker, I have seen that several cases have been filed in these land grabs, especially relating to mutation cases which have been done by the Mamladar. And in that earlier reply which was given, a name of a Mamladar has been given that they are now going to charge sheet him. He is one amongst the many. What about the others? When they have also done, some may have done unwillingly, unknowingly, without any malice, without very intention. We don't know. Some may be masters in the art of this game. And I think that if they are in line to ensure due protection of these comunidades or even of private persons' properties, then I think that we can go a long way to stop these fraudulent slave sales and land grabbing. I will just say also one more thing, Honorable Speaker. Sometime back, somebody approached me and told me, he's from my constituency in Nationala, but he came and told me, sir, my land, somebody has put notice in the newspaper for sale. And when I went to the survey record, I came to know it has been transferred in somebody's name from Kepe, who makes an inventory proceeding in Kepe and transfers the land which is in Nationala and Bardesh. It could happen, like I'm from Margaon and I'm coming in Kurzwe, no problem. Could happen. So I phoned up the Mamladar and told him, this party will come, please give him certified copy. Because you need a certified copy to file an appeal. This is the law. The Mamladar said, was he a party? I said, how could he be a party? His grandfather's name is there. His grandfather died in 1943. And without notice, definitely they have not sent this notice to the cemetery. Without notice to him, the mutation process has taken place. So he said, no, how can we do? We can give you survey form 1 and 14. I said, no. You are bound to give me a certified copy, not RTI copy. Then after that, I said to him, if RTI was not there, what copy would you have given? Would you have said you are not party? When a fraud is committed, then I told him, you pass an order, I will take you to High Court. And I will get a ruling on this. Then he says, no, sir, I will give. I said, don't do me a favor. It should be across the board for anybody who comes before you. It's not a favor to me. I will get the law settled and we will have a certified copy. Evening, he calls me and asks me, sir, can you give me the mutation number? I give him the mutation number. Much after office hours, frantic calls on my phone. I was at a function. I called him around 8 o'clock in the evening. And he said to me, sir, I did the mutation. Not only one, but properties in Anjuna and other places, 8 mutations were done with that one inventory proceeding. I will revert it. And he did the reversion. But what I'm saying is, how does the revenue department work like this? In the stroke of a pen, 8 properties just go, and God knows who those other people were. And then the gentleman comes back and tells me, the house in which I'm staying was the second property of those 8. Just think of it. So therefore, these kind of things where such kind of frauds will take place, may be unintentional, may be intentional, or maybe now fearing the wrath of the High Court and FIR proceedings, he might have immediately reverted the thing. Therefore, I would urge the government that we need to ensure that this process of mutation and also the process of demarcations are done very carefully. Recently also, the case which I had exposed had demarcation by which land was increased from 2222 to 2,22,222. So you can imagine the scale of the land grabbing which went. And therefore, I urge the government that we need to have something put in place. As far as disaster management, we have had so much rain, we have had so much disaster. But question is, are we having funds enough given to the collectors? Because I believe funds should be given sufficiently to meet these exigencies. You cannot fix these small petty amounts of 50,000 and all, because the collector is the collector of a district. And if the collector is not having access to the funds, the collector cannot take action. Where the money is to be put, you put in one place, everything goes. So I would request the government also, in both the collectorates, to make this the whole thing done. I also urge that the North Goa collectorate building is in a very bad state. Records also are not being maintained properly. And I have not gone there, but I have heard that there are certain people who are hanging over there who should not ordinarily be there, ex-staff hanging around, interfering in the decision-making process of the administrators. And the administrator is a very good person. Let me say one thing, he's a good person. But unfortunately, he's holding charge, I think, as a sales tax. And therefore, he's not in a position to give full-time attention to Comunidade. So many Comunidades are there in North Goa. So I would request either put him full-time here or give us a full-time administrator in North Goa also. As far as these unauthorized constructions, that Regularization of Unauthorized Construction Act, I request the government speed up the process. And second thing, there are discrepancies in the manner in which the officers, the government, and the collector understands this. Because the question is, when you speak of an unauthorized construction, what is being looked at? Your initial construction is unauthorized, plus what you build exceeding your FAR within setbacks, also that is unauthorized. When you are considering regularization, what are the parameters for considering regularization? Because I have seen a particular case where they said, oh, your illegal structure, that is within your FAR, so now we are looking at what is beyond, and only that we will consider, because you have some 240 square meters or something like that. So that 240 square meters is being put there. That means you're getting this plus that, which I don't think is intention of the law. So if it is given to one, why should you deprive it to another? I will show the case to the Honorable Minister. So you have an equitable decision. It's not because it was A or it was B, a decision was taken to help or to deprive. And I ask, because you are collecting money, so please decide the cases, let them be put at rest. If it can't be decided, it can't be accepted, reject them. But at least give a finality. Don't keep people hanging forever. There is also one more request I have. The fees which are being charged in the survey and settlement, I think try to rationalize the fees, because lots of people come to ask for documents, and I think the government can make an effort to rationalize fees, or at least don't increase them further. Like I would say, freeze it maybe for a 3-year period, but don't keep on increasing it every time.